Hey, so the focus of this video is going to be Sarah Hammond and Seb Dune. So you can see the distance here. This is a time lapse of what's going on. And Sarah Hammond is definitely chasing down Seb Dune. She is going to overtake him. Look at that. So she's getting closer. Seb Dune is resting and stopping more than Sarah is. So is it? Can you argue that it's short-term gains versus long-term? Who's going to last the longest or whatnot? That's arguable. But Sarah Hammond seems determined. She knows what she's doing. She's the strongest female of the bunch, and I think she's going to guarantee herself a podium position. Unless, obviously, we're talking about some major injuries or major bike breakdown or something of that sort. But she is chasing down Seb Dune, who's a male rider, 31 years old. And Sarah Hammond, this amazing female athlete, 36 years old, is killing it. She's crushing it. I mean, she's there with the best, and she's definitely chasing down Seb Dune. And my money is that within the next day, she's going to overtake him. And the thing is, these guys, when they do take a little break, they look at the GPS map. They see what's going on. And Seb Dune is probably just completely getting demoralized because, he's 31. He's younger. He should be stronger than her. The mentality of a guy going out riding generally is, I'm younger, I'm stronger, and all that stuff. But you can see here that this is the last actual GPS track position. And, I mean, we're talking, let me see here, if we can look at it, 22:05. Okay, so 2,205 kilometers ridden. And 22:04. She is 1 kilometer away. Are you kidding me? Yeah, 1 kilometer. That's less than a mile. Yeah, she's going to chase him down. She's going to chase him down, and I think the smart thing to do. He's doing like 15 Ks at that checkpoint. She's doing 21, so she's definitely chasing him down. I think what's going to happen is she's going to start seeing his bike, in long straightaways. Obviously, a mile is way too far to see ahead, right? But she's going to get closer. And if we look at predicted mode, I wonder if it's going to give us, no, it's not going to give us more than that. So unless she literally stops right there and takes a nap, which right now we're talking middle of the day for them, so middle of the morning, middle of the day, so they're definitely not looking at stopping and taking a nap now. This is prime time to ride. So she's gonna I predict that she's gonna catch up to Seb Dune and pass him. That's gonna give her more strength. That's gonna empower her, and it's going to mentally debilitate Seb Dune. It's going to be a crushing blow to him. He's just going to feel like, oh man, I just he might be able to hang on to her for a bit, just to keep her in the sights. They're not supposed to draft, but to keep him in the sights. But he's going on to 4th place. So let me zoom out here. He's going down to 4th place, and Sarah Hammond is going on to 3rd place. And that's the podium. Unless something major physical happens with Christoph, Mike, or Sarah, that's pretty much stuck on there. The only person that I have doubts about believe it or not, and I might mention it here, is Mike Hall. I'm starting to have doubts regarding Mike Hall because Mike Hall is starting to have doubts about himself. I watched a quick update he did, a video that either he did on himself or someone did on him, whatever, just yesterday. He's starting to, his mind is starting to wander. So his mental state is not super strong right now. But you know, that can change in 1 hour. These guys are so exhausted that they can go from depression to super happy, and you know, the sunrise is even is euphoric. All that can happen within 1 hour from each other. I mean, one flat can demoralize you at this point because you're just so tired that the thought of having to change a flat or tube could just completely crush you. And you know, some others a flat and they're like, oh, good, you know, I needed a little break anyway, so they get off the bike and they fix the flat and they do it, and it doesn't affect them mentally. One of my viewers did mention and point out something to me that I need to give a shout out to, something quite amazing, and we're going to go all the way back here, but don't worry. It's more of, you know, for these guys, quite honestly, they're not looking at podium, you know, right? They're looking at completing this. And by the way, completing something like this is, I equate it, I see it as the same thing as climbing Mount Everest, okay? You can go and climb Mount Everest and risk life and limb if you want to and say, hey, I did it, I was there. Or you can go ahead and do something like this right here, the Indipac, and it's amazing. Anyway, so I want to give a huge shout out to Paul Ardell. He is, check this out, 74 years old. All right. He rides Giant too. Okay, so I ride a Giant TCR. Sorry. Anyways, doesn't really matter what he rides. So my point is this: when I'm 74. I only wish and hope that I would have the guts, the strength, and the stamina to do something like this. So hats off, Paul. You're awesome. All the love and support from everybody, from me and everybody that's watching this video. Give a couple of thumbs up to Paul Ardell. Paul Ardell. Look at that. I mean, come on, guys. You have people in their prime, in their 30s, 20s and 30s, and 40s. That, you know, you're pretty good and healthy when you're a little bit younger, and we have a 74-year-old that's just that's tough. That's hard. So well on, Paul, for doing that. That's really awesome. I wanted to give a quick shout out. Thank you. For the viewer that pointed that out. I really appreciate you helping out. And but this video really, and I'm going to wrap it up right now. Sarah Hammond is going to come into third position. I believe that that's going to give her moral and mental strength, and she's going to keep on motoring. I think Seb Dune is not going to be able to hang on, and I hope that Mike Hall stays in it. Mentally, and is able to keep on going. I really do. There we go. One hope, one quest, right? So, if his mind is in the game, he'll do really well because he's really strong. Obviously, he's in second position. Come on, guys. And you know, there's nothing I can say about Christoph. I mean, it's just he's done 2474. 20. That's 100 Ks. That's 5 hours plus. That's 5 hours plus that he's ahead right now. You know, how do you chase someone down that's 5 hours ahead of you? You know, you to try to do that, you got to try to win 20 minutes, half an hour a day. That's really what you can try to do, because the blistering pace that Christoph is doing, you know, I mean, he could have a 5 hour nap and wait Mike Hall in, and as soon as Mike Hall catches him, he can just take off, and Mike Hall will be like super exhausted because he's been chasing him down all along. You know, it's kind of like that cat and mouse game. and I think the mouse just got away. I don't think you're going to be able to catch him. A flat, a chain, a tire, some bike problems. If they put him on the side of the road for an hour or half an hour to fix, that's gonna definitely mean something. But the same thing can happen to Mike. Sarah, you're awesome. I think you're going to ensure yourself a podium position, and you're riding super strong. I'm going to finish this video right now, and just want to do a quick update on that. And thanks for watching. And if you guys have any updates that maybe I should pay attention to, just put them in the notes. I do pay attention. I read every single note so far that has been on there. And what do you guys think? Do you think that, do you agree with me with Sarah is going to kind of take over, and is she going to be empowered to do that? Is Seb Dune going to see that as a challenge and give it, like the super extra turbo to pass her and try to close the gap? What do you guys think? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Take care, and we'll do an update tomorrow.